Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sinister Stories. It's Mind Junkie time. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's get into this.
A man claims his home is haunted. For some time, Dan has been experiencing bizarre poltergeist-like activity in and around his home. And whenever anything strange happens, Dan hits the record button on his phone. But for some weird reason, the recording's never actually saved. And Dan has no idea why that is. One morning, when Dan walks into his kitchen, he discovers that all of his kitchen cabinets are wide open. But the strange thing is, he remembers closing them the night before. So, how were they open?
Honey, time to move. Just saying. Just don't give me lip. Let's go. Pack up our stuff. We're leaving. That's what I would say. Just saying. I'd help her pack too, by the way.
Spooked by this, Dan grabs his phone and hits record.
I'm really scared right now. Just want to shut all these.
It's so hard that...
I figured I'd get it on camera so if something happens, at least it's documented.
It's hard to be brave when it's something you can't see to fight it. I mean...
I think I'm just going to go downstairs and chill out and edit for a little while.
Yeah, time to leave. Wow. Dan.
Oh, me.
Don't even pack up.
Upload this.
Just
I gotta
go.
upload this before anything happens. And nobody gets to see this. Ow. Okay. I think I broke my ankle.
What makes this recording even creepier is that whenever Dan tried to record the creepy activity in the past, the recordings never saved before he had a chance to show anyone. However, this time, Dan manages to upload the footage to his YouTube channel. He desperately asked viewers to explain what was going on. Many think Dan is being haunted by a poltergeist. These paranormal entities are known for interacting with physical objects and are often thought to deliberately mess with people to feed on their fear. But
I think this is... I'll rewind. I think this is real, guys. I really do. That's too much stuff going on for it to be faked. So let me rewind just a little bit.
physical objects and are often thought to deliberately mess with people to feed on their fear. Perhaps that explains why the video files never saved, or perhaps were mysteriously deleted. Whatever was haunting Dan didn't want to be caught on camera and didn't want anyone to know what was going on.
Wow.
On May the 25th this year, Jorge Nava was driving home from work. It was late and Jorge was stuck in traffic. Jorge was alone in the car, or at least he thought he was. His
In the car.
Cam, which records both the front and back of the car, captured something in the back seat that Jorge couldn't explain. He had no idea what to do and no idea what to think, so he started recording on his phone, planning to upload the clip to social media to get some answers. This is what he caught on camera.
Ghostbusters, it's out of my car.
Y pues no hay nadie.
Whoa. I ain't no...
aquí en el carro cagándome de susto claramente.
This ain't no Uber.
Something can be seen in the back seat of the car. Something that looks very much like a person sitting there. But Jorge shows that the back seat is completely empty and that he's the only person in the car. What's even more mysterious is that somehow, whatever this is, it only shows up on the dash cam. Jorge can't see it, and his phone camera doesn't pick it up either. When he shared the footage to his social media.
Wait, I'm trying to look to see if there's raindrops. Is that a still picture or is that a live feed? Can those cameras do still pictures? Let me know down in the comments, seriously. Because this could be faked, but that was just a still picture.
Some viewers immediately speculated that this is just a simple case of pareidolia. when the mind imagines shapes and faces in random patterns. But Jorge says there's nothing in his car that could create the effect of a person in the back seat. Many think that it could be the ghost of an old woman who passed away inside a car. Perhaps she haunts this stretch of road, phasing in and out of unsuspecting drivers' vehicles. But what's your verdict? Let me know.
It's not pareidolia monolia. What do you think?
Ehab Kazmir is an urban explorer who travels to creepy abandoned buildings and haunted locations.
Okay.
Back in 2020, Ehab heard rumours about an abandoned house that locals said was haunted by the ghost of someone who passed away there. The house has been empty for many years, but people say they often see shadowy figures moving around through the windows, and some even claim to hear voices coming from inside. Curious, Ehab travelled to the house to find out for himself if the haunted stories were true. He begins his exploration, recording everything for his YouTube channel, and this is what he caught on camera.
This looks like Spain, where I'm at. House is too big though. Hello? Oh, Spain. Hola! That's all I know in Spanish. Is it? Is that Arabic?
At first, Ehab encounters nothing but empty rooms and dark corridors. It seems like he's alone in the abandoned house, and that the stories about ghosts and hauntings had been exaggerated. But then, this happens.
Oh boy.
A noise startles Ehab, and then what appears to be a head seems to peek out at him, only to vanish when Ehab tries to get closer. Moments later, Ehab continues his exploration and comes across a bathroom. He takes a look inside, and then something truly horrifying happens.
Now, when that head appeared in the doorway, that didn't have time to get out of the way. He did a pretty good job of moving the camera around the back of the door. There's no room. That was a ghost, y'all. Or jinn or whatever in that part of the country, whatever you think. Wow.
Yumma bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Saw the hand. You guys see the hand?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
A hand can be seen in the reflection of the bathroom mirror. Viewers say it looks as if it's reaching out for Ehab. He notices it right away, but by the time he has turned around, the hand is nowhere to be seen. Not long after that, Ehab captures more creepy activity on camera.
Could you? What? I missed it.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
It looks as if someone is standing right behind Ehab, peeking over his shoulder.
Not the first time I've seen that.
But when Ehab turns around, there's nothing there. He might have doubted the stories about the ghosts at first, but now he's certain that he wasn't alone in that abandoned house.
Need to bring a buddy. Slow buddy, the way you can run faster.
Willow Hunter, a man living in the UK, recently moved into a new house with his cat, Carrie. Right from the start, Carrie was acting strange. Willow thought this was odd because he's moved houses with Carrie before, and she adapted quickly to the new surroundings. At first, Willow brushes it off as his cat's struggling to settle into her new home. He hopes that, given time, she'll calm down and go back to her old self. But after about a week in the new house, Carrie's behaviour only gets worse.
When I first moved in, she was sat on the sofa right here and she just kept looking really fast into the corridor and then like just turning back and just acting normal.
She looks miserable.
Just shooting up, like jumping down onto the floor to have a look in the corridor to see what's going on. Nothing going on. And then I went to bed on the same night. She started doing it when I was in the bed with her. And then when she did it, I heard this bang right after she'd looked, and that creeped me out a bit. But now, she's just refusing to go downstairs.
As Willow says, he and Carrie would be relaxing together when she would suddenly startle at something Willow couldn't see. Now it's got to the point where Carrie refuses to go downstairs, as if she's developed a sudden fear of the ground floor. Willow tries to entice her downstairs with treats, and even resorts to carrying her down a few times, but she always shoots back upstairs as soon as she can.
Animals see what we can't. Guaranteed. I really believe that.
Come on.
I hate when ghosts mess with our animals. Hate it.
Why do you not want to go downstairs, Corey?
Yeah, why not? Bad accent for me.
Oh, man.
Poor kitty.
Oh, she doesn't want to go on. She want to leave.
He's like, nope. Nope.
Oh, man.
Something's definitely scaring her.
Right,
And her.
Carry her downstairs and see if she'll go downstairs this way.
Don't make the cat do that. You do it, but it's gonna run right back upstairs. She's no dummy.
Right. There you go, Corey. There's your food.
But she looks really nervous. I think.
She did come down for a taste of it earlier. But she came down, had a little bite, and I came down. She just freaked out and ran upstairs.
Bring her food and water bowl up. Don't make her go down there. She'll be an upstairs kitty from now on, since you're not gonna move. Yep.
Sorry. Come on.
Something's not right
Back
there.
down. It's just straight back upstairs. Not interested in whatever's down here. Well, like I said, I'm not big into ghosts and stuff. Not really a big believer in that kind of stuff, but it's giving me creepy vibes.
Willow says he's skeptical of the paranormal and doesn't normally believe in ghosts, but Carrie's behaviour is starting to concern him, and he claims to be getting a creepy vibe in the house. To find out if there really is something that is scaring her downstairs, Willow installs a camera to monitor the room.
Yes.
And that very night, the camera captures this.
Way to go, Willow. Believe your animals. Yep, that shit just don't open up by itself. They no wind. Not the wind. I think I had another video over to the right. There was this desk or something and the cord was... something was happening in the washer. You guys remember that one? Yeah, there's something not right here.
Got Corey up there, and I remember taking that picture because Corey was peeping her head around the corner. She didn't want to come downstairs, so that's Corey there. Who the f is that? Look,
You got two kitties?
I only have.
Although Carrie can be seen at the top of the stairs, another cat appears to be in the kitchen. As Willow says, he only has one cat. So who is this? Willow is now sure that something abnormal is going on in his house. He's skeptical of the paranormal, but even he is struggling to come up with a logical explanation for all of this.
The logical explanation is your shit is haunted, Willow. Face the facts, dude. Stop being a non-believer. That shows you right there. You don't have two cats. You have two cats now. One's a ghost cat or mimic. The other one is your kitty or non-believers. Who does that?
Back in March 2026, a man in the USA received the most disturbing voicemails of his life.
Okay.
He had been driving home when a call started to come through on his phone. His phone was in his bag on the back seat, so he waited a few moments before pulling over. When he grabbed his phone, he saw that an unknown number had called him, but then He also noticed that his ex-wife had called him the night before. The man had been at work when she called, and when he failed to pick up, she'd left a series of voicemails. He decided to quickly listen to them before he got back in the driver's seat, and what he heard in those voicemails made him immediately call the police.
Everything that's going on. So I'm pulling up. This is from last night.
I remember this one.
You saw the email I sent you? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you want to go through these again, but I don't know if you listened to them. They're f***ing scary.
What?
That is scary. Like, that gave me chills the first few times. And I was talking to my barber today. It's at what point does she decide to do something actually f***ing crazy?
Right.
I don't know how scared I have to actually be.
So, has the state reached out to you?
No, I didn't know anything till this letter, and the letter got to me too late, so I could never give a victim impact statement.
Okay, you can still submit that.
I will, but...
But it really sounds like you need to proceed with, like, a no contact order.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
The officer arrives and asks the man what has happened. He explains what he heard in the voicemails and tells her that he fears something is wrong with his ex-wife. As the conversation continues, it becomes clear to the officer that the man is not just trying to be vindictive against his ex-wife. He is genuinely concerned for her safety and the safety of their children. And then he plays the voicemails.
Listen to this.
Just because I have what you sent me and I'll submit those already, but just to put them on camera, yeah.
You heard one of myself and help,
Yeah.
right?
So 144 was when she started leaving voicemails?
This will, I believe, have been, yes, that's the first voicemail. These previous two did not.
Okay. Okay, play the other one.
Okay, we're up to second one here. That was 145. This is 146.
That's creepy.
You marry him back, and you want everybody in jail for your love. You fuck alive, you know that. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive.
You were with her for many years. You're positive that is her voice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. 47.
Wow.
149.
Sounds possessed or something.
I hope she gets some help from this. I hope that this leads to a good resolution, because it's my kids. You know, this is their mom.
And there's kids involved. Ugh.
It's 150.
If that was your ex calling you, could you get back up and hook back up with her? I couldn't. I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. You do you, boo boo. It's Nope.
151.
Oh. Good. Better say a prayer after this.
This is 154.
Wow, there's a whole bunch. there's kids involved. I'm sorry. You have to see your mom through FaceTime only with me watching because you're not going back to your mother's house ever unsupervised. And with the priest, because that shit there, nope.
The voice on the other end of the phone is horribly distorted. The man says it sounds nothing like his ex-wife, and that he has no idea what she might be saying. Since the voicemail was recorded the night before, when the man's kids were staying with his ex-wife, he can't help thinking the worst. He also says that his ex-wife had never used anything in the past, and had never been in trouble before until very recently. So he has no way to explain what's happening with her. When the footage was uploaded by the police department's official website, it quickly went viral. Viewers speculated that the man's ex-wife might have been going through a psychotic episode, but others have questioned how the ex-wife would have made her voice sound so unsettlingly non-human.
Yeah.
For those viewers, a case of demonic possession seems more likely, which is pretty creepy.
Yeah. Number 4. Something reached from the locker.
An abandoned school in rural China is said to be incredibly haunted. Years ago, a tragic event took place in the school that led to several students passing away. Not long after, the school closed down and has been left to decay ever since. An urban explorer recently heard the stories about the school being haunted and decided to take a look. On that day, after night had fallen, he brought a torch and a camera and stepped into the darkness of the entrance hall. However, he had only been inside the abandoned building for a few minutes when this happened.
很多了，铁铁，5万人骨灰堂，你说这里边有得多少吧，铁铁？全是啊，铁铁。哎，
I haven't been to school in years.
5万人骨灰堂，操他奶奶个啥！这也是。
That's kind of cool. Pictures on the lockers.
As the urban explorer examines some old lockers in the abandoned school, he feels something brush against his foot. Looking down, he is horrified to see a pale hand reaching out from one of the lockers. Too terrified to continue his exploration, he runs out of the building as quickly as he can and, of course, never goes back. To this day, he cannot think of any logical explanation for what happened when he was exploring that abandoned school. The only explanation that makes sense to him is that the school really is haunted, and he caught one of the ghosts on camera. But the question remains, if this really was a ghost, what did it want? Was it reaching out for help? Or was it trying to grab the explorer?
Who knows? Number 3. They called her Ethel.
Speaking of haunted locations, a nurse from the United States claims that she encountered a ghost in an empty hospital ward. The nurse explains that the entire 4th floor of the hospital she works at has been closed for a long time because of plans to relocate to a new building. She and a few other staff members were working the night shift one day when a security guard asked them to come and take a look at something on the 4th floor. Knowing the 4th floor was supposed to be empty, the nurse thought that this was a strange request, but she and some co-workers went along anyway. One of her co-workers, who had worked at the hospital for longer than her, explained that the 4th floor was haunted by the ghost of an elderly woman who passed away there several years ago. The nurse was skeptical, but as soon as she and her co-workers got up to the 4th floor, they felt an unexplainable chill. Then, as they approached one of the rooms with the security guard, they noticed the lights flickering on and off.
Yeah, boy.
The nurse wanted to show her co-workers what was going on, so she pulled out her phone and started recording.
You need to come to 369 because we're experiencing a ghost.
Big time.
Literally.
All right, where's the light switch? Who's playing? Quit playing with the lights.
There it goes.
Well, that's a breaker, if anything.
Seriously, come look at this.
Faulty wiring. That's ghost.
If you know it, say hi. Ethel. Ethel, what's wrong with you tonight?
Ethel.
What? What's wrong, Ethel?
Where is the like?
The lights inside the empty hospital room are flickering, and the TV even seems to switch on by itself. But what makes this recording so creepy is that this is supposedly not an isolated incident. During the clip, some of the nurse's co-workers can be heard calling out to someone named Ethel and asking her what's wrong. It turns out the elderly woman who passed away in that very room was named Ethel.
Now, the thing is, I'll rewind just a little bit, but the thing is, in hospitals, you would think that there would be a lot of ghost activities because there's a large amount of people that die there in the hospitals, honestly. So I believe that this could be Ethel. Maybe not Ethel, but...
The elderly woman who passed away in that very room was named Ethel, and it was just hours after she passed away that the creepy activity started happening on the 4th floor.
Okay.
So, did the nurse capture evidence of paranormal activity that night?
Possible.
Or is there another way to explain this mysterious footage? Let me know.
Ethel. Number 2. Something waits in the basement. Oh, yes.
Rachel, a mother from the United States, believes that a ghost is trying to reach out through her son. She claims that the ghost has been interacting with her son's toys, and although her son says he hasn't seen a ghost, he is aware of the strange activity that's been happening around him.
Okay.
In February 2025, Rachel's son had recently celebrated his birthday. A large balloon was still inflated and was tied down to a chair to stop it floating up the ceiling. However, one day, Rachel caught it floating around the house. She watched it for a while and then noticed that it came to a sudden stop in front of the open basement door. She thought this was odd, but didn't think much of it and tied it back down, only to find it floating around again an hour later. Starting to feel creeped out, she decided to record.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta be creepy. Elmo. You can solve that problem with one tiny thing. A pin or a knife. I never liked Elmo anyways. Just saying. Okay, we get it.
The balloon can be seen slowly floating through the house before stopping at the basement door. This wouldn't necessarily be scary, but this is exactly what the balloon did an hour before. According to Rachel, it followed exactly the same path and stopped in exactly the same place. Rachel couldn't figure out why the balloon always seemed to come to a sudden stop in front of the basement. But then, the next day, this happened.
Nope. That's a really big Elmo, too. And the kid seems okay with it. Not scared or anything, just alright.
Unlike in the previous incidents, when Rachel's son wasn't in the room and the balloon stops in front of the basement door, the balloon can be seen going inside the basement. Rachel thinks it looks as if it's being controlled by something that wants to lead her son into the basement. Rachel has tried to rationalize these strange events to herself multiple times. At first, she tried to convince herself that there must have been a draft that was pushing the balloon towards the basement, but she can't explain why it always stops right before going inside, unless her son follows it in.
At the basement door again.
And as
That's
if that
freaking creepy.
wasn't scary enough, this wasn't the last of it, because things were about to take an even creepier turn. At 9:30 p.m., about half an hour after Rachel had put her son to bed, she's about to head downstairs when she spots the balloon at the foot of the stairs. And then this happens.
Don't you come up here, Elmo. Elmo, don't you come up here. Just saying.
Quiet.
Nope.
Quiet.
Nope. That's freaking creepy as hell. It looks like it's actually walking up the stairs. Look at the feet. No. Poop. I'd drop kick you, Elmo, if I could. Yeah, there's something control. Yeah. What would you do in a case like this besides pop the balloon? I'd pop the balloon.
Rather than heading towards the basement, the balloon floats up the stairs towards Rachel and towards her son's bedroom. As it reaches the top step, the light suddenly goes out. The balloon comes to a sudden halt. Rachel says that her dog started barking the moment the balloon began to move, as if they could sense something was wrong. Viewers who have been following Rachel's videos notice that the balloon even appears to walk up the stairs. This certainly could have been caused by airflow through the house, but it's still a spooky detail that makes many viewers wonder if a ghost or other paranormal entity could be manipulating the balloon. At this point, Rachel wants to pop the balloon to get rid of it, but her son insists he wants to keep it. However, the next day, when she is home alone, Rachel reaches the end of her tether as the most terrifying thing yet takes place.
Okay. Just got a moonwalk? No. It should pop it. But then you don't know where the ghost is. You know, if you see it moving, you know where the ghost is. I'd pop it anyways. Technically, he's moonwalking. It works its way around the book that's on the floor. Do you see that? Yeah, that's not normal. There's like a book on the floor that it worked its way around. Let it go down in the basement. Close the door. What is that?
Something that looks like the top of a person's head can be seen peeking out from the top corner of the basement doorway. Rachel saw it, letting out a scream of fright, but wasn't initially sure what it was that she had seen.
It's like you can see like the eyes a little bit.
And the recording cuts off. So, if there was any doubt in her mind that something paranormal was going on in her home, she's now more certain than ever. Some viewers are skeptical, accusing Rachel of faking the video for views, but most agree with Rachel that there is something very wrong with that balloon and that something evil is lurking in her basement.
What do you think? Number one.
Sandy is a young woman living in the USA who believes she captured a case of demonic possession on camera. Sandy regularly attends a Catholic church in Greensboro, North Carolina. The atmosphere inside is usually calm and peaceful, but one day she witnessed something that sent chills down her spine.
Okay.
Sandy had just walked into the church when she heard screams coming from inside. Horrified, she went to find out what was happening. She saw a man near the altar at the front of the church, hunched over and crying out as if he was in agony. Before she could get any closer to him, someone stopped her. They told her that the man was possessed and had come to the church to be exorcised. Sandy watched in horrified curiosity and shakily began to record as the exorcism began.
Get something in your nose. She's recording in the church too.
The man screams and hisses. He then has holy water poured on him and can be seen reacting to it. After a few moments, the priest arrives and begins exorcising the demon the man is believed to be possessed by.
There's the priest. Wow. I changed churches. I hope he's okay. Do you believe in this stuff? I believe this stuff is real. Unbelievable. You know what I mean? I believe this stuff is real, and I say unbelievable. Yeah, I'd be changing churches real quick. That's scary.
The man's screams grow louder as the priest begins the exorcism. However, within minutes, the man seems to calm down. When he returned to normal, he claimed that he was possessed by a demon and that the only way he'd been able to overcome it was to go to the church and get exorcised by the priest. After witnessing the exorcism, Sandy spoke to the man and got his permission to share the footage to her social media. Viewers were struck by the rawness of the footage and especially commented on how realistic the man's screams were. But what do you think is going on here?
Possible.
Was this man really possessed?
Very possible.
Drop a comment and let me know.
Let me know. What do you think?
If you were scared by demonic possessions, witches, haunted hospitals, and ghosts lurking in abandoned buildings, check out the videos on your screen for even more creepy content.
All right. Thank you all for stopping by. And you see the logo and everything. Do me a favor and show Mind Junkie some love and show this channel some love. Like, share, subscribe, scream at the top of the mountain. Sinister Stories is the best, best, best. And we'll catch you in the next video. I'm your host, Magic. See ya.